Guys, it's MJ from All to Love. I just wanted to do a quick little live share and talk to you guys about what is the false light. Well, understanding the old paradigm, or systematic enslavement patterns, or energies of divide and conquer, energies of control and domination, anything that just like divides us, right, and puts us in higher and lower, uh different colors, different genders, things that divide us up to the point that it makes us frightened to be here, frightened to uh, be in human form, and frightened to be on this planet. So, children, today, what is the false light? So, one thing that happens in kind of the spiritual awakening process is that, in certainly I'll speak from my experience. I think that's usually the best thing when you talk from direct experience. So you have this spiritual awakening, and for me, and I think for a lot of people, spiritual awakening comes off the back of like looking deeper into the worldscape, something like the American dream. Okay, so that's something all of us are imprinted with, is like, everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to make lots of money. Everybody blah 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 blah. And so there's this sort of subliminal and very overt messaging around like chase the dream, be successful, go after it, blah blah blah. So, and I'm talking like early on imprinting, go to school, and then for me, the awakening was like getting to university, the best time of my life, which I was sold, and then like looking under the veil and seeing all of this like corruption, right? Seeing all this like systematic corruption, my clothes, my food, my education, like all of these things were sort of just for the privileged, and I didn't understand. And I also didn't understand something that really pissed me off at the university level was, hey, my scaff off day, how are you, my friend? Something that got me at the university level was like the learning that only 1 to 2% of the world's population even has access to university. And then I was pissed because I was like, damn it, this information would have been useful when I was 12 years old, right? So that's my kind of class, that's part of the kind of the story for me. And I made a conscious decision to leave academia because I just felt it was entitled privilege, and also almost like to the point of being like secret society. So I'm like, you need to be in the top 1 to 2% to even have the mindscape and the financial family wealth to be able to afford to go to these academic institutions. Bunch of us are all taught that like, if you don't go to university, you're gonna end up a big bum on the street. Like, and I know that sounds ridiculous to say it out loud, but I'm like, yes, I'll be the wind beneath your paraglider. Except I will not. Like, I will not do that. I'll be on the paraglide next to you, be like, what up, my friend? But in all seriousness, guys, we're talking about false light here, my friend. um, okay, so yes, so you wake up and to darkness and corruption and all of the like the war cycles and all of this craziness. No, you don't. You don't need to. Except it could be a little bit Dodge Master to go paragliding, non-sober vibes. That would be good. No, I just. Um. Okay, so spiritual awakening. Ah, crazy corrupted world. I thought I was a special know-it-all. Nope, you're a slave like everybody else. So it's like fuck. So then you're in that kind of, and then for me, I was in the slave. That's the laughter that represents that emoji of like the tears, of that kind of cackle. The, you got ghosted, my friend. um, Stop distracting me, you guys. Yeah. So you wake up because you're like, the world is fucked up, a dark and evil place, and people are evil in it, meh. And you kind of like, stop making fun of me, you guys. So then you're like, break free. So that's me listening to Intuition when I'm like 19 saying go travel, and I'm like, okay, intuition, buy a one-way ticket to England, get my backpack. I'm like, okay, I'm here in Europe, what's gonna happen? And then skip 10, no, not that many, but like a good, what would it have been, 5 years later, and I'm on the yoga mat because I'm suicidal and drinking and doing drugs to the point that I think I might kill myself. So I'm like, I think I might die. I probably need to help myself. And yoga was the thing. And then yoga every day, and a whole bunch of really cool worldly opportunities that make me be like, okay, I'm not a complete and utter failure at life. Oh, it is Monday. Woo woo, Monday. So yeah, spiritual awakening, and then realizing, oh shit, I'm everywhere, and in order to effectively channel all this spiritual wisdom, I should probably make myself feel better. So yoga for like, 10 years. And in fairness, like, this is the legit sort of next phase for my life, as far as like, I've been intuitively guided, and as lovely as the yoga life looked, I knew it wasn't like I wasn't quite on the path. And like the speaking and stuff, even though it was like my biggest fear ever, because so if you go back, I had another cycle like this where it was more kind of involved with Christians, but there was like some situations that developed where people were like, no, I have practiced slacklining. I am interested. I think I saw that on your thing though, dude. Slacklining is like in there with the fun outdoor activities. It's something that I had a yoga friend who he would come to my yoga, and then sometimes I'd go slacklining. He was really good. I just tried it a few times. I was like, holy shit, this is really challenging, but really good fun in as far as like practicing balance, but also with ease. Yeah, I would definitely do slacklining. So I'm talking about false light, or I'm sure I went off on a tangent just to talk about my personal life. Of it. Okay, so the false light, right? So basically you sift through, and then a lot of us might find like Tai Chi or some kind of shamanism, or like some of you A-Fest, or like meditation, just some stuff in the ether in the world that like is like reflecting back to us something more aligned with our deeper knowing, some kind of healing modality or energy work or martial arts or dance or singing, I don't know. So we have the awakening, we're a little bit like, fuck the system, and then we're like, brah, let's go do something different. And often it's in the world of consciousness or spirituality. Shamanism. It's so funny you say that. Like, why are you reflecting about back? Like, I'm not really there. I've dabbled. Some people have talked to me about shamanism. I'm not in it at all. Like, at all. Although I'm aware of it being more earthbound, if that makes sense. It's more more native, kind of American or native Aboriginal kind of cultures. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about at all. I shall never mention shamanism again, okay? Stick to my knowing, which is the yoga stuff. Although my knowing is also the fact that it's all quite interconnected and we all have a preference. So we're in there like, fuck the system, the darkness, but then usually you get a whole bunch of resistance and pushback from that state of being. Like, basically, like, my friends didn't want to be my friends. People didn't want to be around me for those years because I was just raging all the time. And people would just be like, oh my God, could you stop talking about female oppression? Or could you stop talking about systematic oppression? Or could you? And I was just like, but there's fucking issues in the world and we need to start, so it was all that kind of raging. Then get into the yoga, and then this is where it gets real fun, you guys. This is where we get into the false light, all of this love and light shit, all of this like, just stay positive, or let's just pretend like everything is fine. And then that started to trigger me even more, because so in the well-being industry, everybody's an expert. Everybody, anyone who's been doing yoga for more than 2 years, like, knows their shit, is like proper. And like, again, if you tick all the boxes, you're a proper yogi. And like, but weirdly, what I pick up on, energetic, is like the weird, okay, so we jump from one form so 9 to 5, into another form, teaching yoga 4 or 5 days a week, or teaching yoga, blah, 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 or doing healing therapies, like a system, like that, right? And then you're like, oh, so you've just gone from one, I've talked about this before in like idol worship shares, but we just go from one systematized way of living to another. So hence, lift up the veil, you see the darkness, and then where do you go? To the light. But recognize on the journey, it's like the light and the dark, if you're still looking at reality as separate from you and chasing the light, like it's the only thing, it's the only business that there is, what happens is that we want to deny the dark, right? So then the light becomes a false light because it's not authentic. It's not really who you are. It's not your blueprint. It's not like, I don't, fuck it, who cares? Pardon my French. It's not like I think Jesus was like, everybody queue up and mimic me, become just like me. I think there were like essential core vibrational inherent teachings. I heard of him, really? I just heard of him. Sounds like a top-notch guy. Yeah, so like, but any form of externalization. So even this whole idea of like, follow Jesus. I'm like, but Jesus isn't something outside of you. Everything that is a state of being, is a vibration, is a consciousness, is a vibrational vortexual reality. And like, we as the beings have access to these wavelengths, these frequencies, and it's up to us to choose the ones that we want to bring into manifestation. However, what I've realized is that if we're too busy in the false light, i.e. externalizing our goodness into the world, then there's still a whole bunch of, and that's been a huge part of my journey and sharing more transparently and more honestly, was like, I manifested my yoga life. I'm like a fucking manifester, yo. But then as I continue on this guided path, other things started manifesting. So this last like 3 year where I'm like taking more leaps and then more unconscious, i.e. shadow shit, or like whatever, collective agreements, any words you want to use, it don't matter. Stuff that happened to me was super painful. It was like being attacked or abandoned or ridiculed or gossiped about, and like all this shit that I was in denial of. I was in denial that humans do that. Why? Because we're all fucking love and light. And then I'm like, pain. I'm like, why am I creating this? Because I'm in fucking denial and I'm still living in naivety, i.e. the false illusion of pure light. Otherwise we wouldn't be embodied. Martyrdom, yeah, I think a lot of us who res here, Rochelle, I for sure, we don't, in my little community, hold on, I want to look at the chaps. In my little community, in my little community, like in the whole world, I call it like the victimhood, right? Thanks. Thanks, guys. We're all one with Jesus Christ. You guys, I just gotta say that I love you. Look at me. It's like I'm drunk and it's 4:30 in the morning. I'm drunk on love and coffee. So yeah, you guys, I'm looking forward to meeting some of you in France. Poo poo. Paragliding. Way! Yoga-ing. Woo! And then talking about all this stuff, but like in person. So that will be really fun. And also looking forward to sharing Spirituality Simplified and all the other courses. Katie's back from Vietnam, so she's like back on. She's like, I want to add some stuff to Simple Zero Waste and da-da-da-da-da. So I'm happy to have the fairy that is, the fucking awesome fairy that is Katie back. Oh. Yeah, okay, I dig it. Martyrdom takes it like a little bit further, in a sense, right? You know, and then you have the kind of narcissistic, and then this sociopathy. Oh, thanks you guys. Thanks you guys. I so appreciate it. I'll go into this sometimes where I'm like, you know, it's been a really tough few days, and like it's been a tough month. It's been a really, really tough few years. Actually, it's just been quite a challenging, you know, deep life of processing, being like, what the fuck? Why are we all supposed to pretend like everything is fine when it would appear like things are not fine, you know? And I'm just like grappling with these deep and expansive ideas, and the truth of it is like all I want is for people to get along better. All I want is for world dictators to not fucking drop bombs on people. You know what I'm saying, you guys? Oh, thanks. Oh, see what Rochelle did there? Now, this is how it goes to show that we ain't no false light. We're not a false light BS community because we accept, you guys let me cry and fret as much as you like me smiling and doing all that juicy jazz. You guys, and this is the vibes, like sitting in my boudoir, or like I told you my Vipassana story. I'm like, already? Let's fucking meditate, you guys. And then in my mind, I'm like, let's party. And then in our consciousness, we're creating new paradigm from the love hot fiber. You guys, that's it for me. It's 16:11. I'm gonna go because if I'm quite honest, I have some more writing to do for the online course that I'm launching in 2 days. So by Friday, you guys are gonna get it in your inbox, and then by Saturday, I'm gonna probably either be sleeping, because that seems to be what all I want to do, or by February I'll be feeling the Feb energies and actually want to go dancing. It's probably not gonna happen. I'll probably be in bed by 7 again. Like, let's be honest. Welcome to the Spaceship Planet Earth Life School. You guys, you just are so awesome. I appreciate you in every single possible way, and I look forward to speaking to you real soon. Wherever you are in the world, sleep well. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe. I know you guys are subscribed, but like, send out the visualizations of more subscribers for all to love, so that I can make all the money in the world, and then also dominate it and take over with the love hot fibers. Oh, hey Tim. Tim and my Sky, do you guys know each other? Are you guys friends? Hey! Oh, look! A bunch of y'alls is here. Hey, everyone. Omega Piskim. I used to think people meditate was like medicate. Kind of is, though. I mean, there's relevant similarities. Meditation is a deep healing. And here's my point of attraction. It's like every to each their own. That's what I want to say. You know, for some of us, it's like my awareness of like what I dig on coffee, except I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm also feeling like, oh, you're Skywatchers together. Oh my god, amazing. Pisces! With an Oh, Piscesium? Piscesium? Is that right? So yeah, I was saying something, but it doesn't matter, because you guys are awesome, and we're all friends here, and the world is changing. Oh yeah, world domination. I will keep doing these live streams. They have to be very much in the flow, because last time I felt intuition, it didn't go very well. So hi sweet CC, how are you? Oh, you guys, yeah, I have mega love. So yeah. Oh, sweet. I appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. I'm in a little bit of a, what's the expression? A rock in a hard place. But I seem to like to live on the edge. 6:49 p.m. We're on Hawaii, you say. So that's like, whoosh, 7, 11, 10 hours difference. Yes, laughing. I guess be like, my feet are I'm not gonna say it, from California. Awesome. So, yeah, you guys, I appreciate you. Oh, and I just know that y'all love each other and give the heart love vibration. And so basically, let us not give light any power to the light outside of us, similarly that we don't give power to the fear. It's so here's the juicy nugget, the lushness. Always bring it back to the heart space right here, yo. Always have communication. That's like I would say personally, I'm like, that's the heart, that's the altar of God, is our own heart. And Christ is within that for sure. Like because we're all one. We're all made up of and in exchanging or dynamic exchange with all that is. And so we can claim the Christ. It's just in that kind of claiming of the lightness that we are, we often then continue to shine light into darkness, right? You have always been here. I can feel the resonance. Because no matter what, it's like when we find the vibe, we know it already. Because most of us, we have been here many, many times before. Or actually not that many, but we've been here enough before to be like, God damn! They're still just following the No, I dressed. We do know it. So yes, that is a part of my awareness that when we talk about the archangels, or when we talk about God or ascended masters or any beings that are external that we consider have power, we have to be really aware of like what their power is, because in a weird way, even though it might feel lovely and archangel and divinity and what have you might be saying lots of lovely things, it's still, and trust, because I've done this, it's like you just follow along. You're just like, oh yes, love and light, everybody. Fuck off, yeah. Like, whoo. And then, but that still loops you back. I.e., you might manifest certain things, but it's not quite right. And you tend to suss it out. And then you're like, and then it's just like, go deeper into the self. And that's only in the last few years that I've been able to feel into this sense of honesty and authenticity. Today is the infinite day of all days. Always, every day is like this, because whatever is presence here now. And that's it. That's the juice, right? Like, so the presence here now is the authenticity at any given moment. That's why I permission myself and all y'all to always just like feel deeply, feel your emotions, come alive. My God. So that you become the light. You become the most light-filled thing in your reality. Omega, no. I don't notice them. I do see some people locally post about them. I don't look into that, to be honest. See, these would be relevant things in discussion for sure. I prefer the discussion to be there like in person though. So this is like a random fun little insight. I definitely at some point want to do like some kind of tour around America just to visit all y'all and like do live shares with you guys. Anywho, spot of an idea there. And actually, basically all this share was about. I love meeting pieces of me I forget as well. It reminds me I'm not alone, right? And Maui, yeah, hells to the Yizza. There's a huge connection there with my family as well. So basically, the false light is just like the other end of the spectrum of like the Dark Lord or like the devil or just your darkness. And we can keep running away from our shadows or from our shit. But in my opinion and in my experience, if you actually just like turn around and face your darkness and own it, and yes, I'm a villain. Yes, I'm an angry bitch. Yes. And own all of the shadiness transparently, then you end up just being like more true to who you are, which means like you can relax a lot more and then just be actually present for people. And trust me, there's a difference. You can sniff out the bullshit from a mile away. And then weirdly, like, you get some paradoxes, because some people, it's weird. It's actually kind of bizarre what comes out when you're more in your truth, right? It's so the legit. Dark Crystal, yo. Who is it? What's What's his name? That amazing director. AKA now the grass that the snakes are in. Mow the grass that the snakes are in. Snakes are still Tim Henderson. What a legend, right? The Labyrinth. There's a lot, and the Muppets, of course, and there's a lot of cool, expansive integrity, authenticity, and substance in those videos, aren't there? Plus, David Bowie is just a legend. Let's be honest. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys keep me going for ages. I really appreciate Jim. Thank you. Is that right? Jim Henson, not Henderson. Guys, I knew we'd get there. I knew we'd get there in the end where... No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't live with David Bowie. Oh. Here we go, you guys. This is called idol worship. No. Someone very close to me just had a snake dream. And I've had apparitions, I've had spiders start appearing in my reality. I actually think there's like some really deep facing of the fears happening right now. Like really, really deep. Oh, right. I just imagine like, did you just like follow him around, like sprinkle fairy dust everywhere? Is that like, did he have someone? I don't know. I'm just talking shit right now for sure. Ooh, see? Spiders. So for some reason I think like there's this deep collective psychic wound being healed in people. And so loads of snaky, spidery stuff is coming out because it's such a primal human fear. And then in the psychic ethereal realm, it's like there is purpose and reason for that. Ooh. Are you? What kind of web are you spinning? I'd be curious to know. Is it one of love and light? Or is it like radical badassery? I love this. I love our, like, so my mythical embodiment is for sure elf. Is it one of you guys here? One of you guys joke about like the R1 or whatever? Her subconscious don't play. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I've definitely had dreams come up around times like that of like I got a badassery. Boom! It is true. Ah, so much awesomeness coming through there, you guys. But I feel like that's it for me. I'm gonna crack on with the writing for Spirituality Simplified, which is a blend of like original, authentic material, some writing that I haven't published yet, and then excerpts from the Fearless Life Guide. I still encourage you guys to buy it, basically just to support All to Love, but know that there's some crossover as reminders as well. You know, meditations and breathing and all stuff like that. Pisceum. I think that's it. Anywho, yeah, thanks for being here, you guys. Thanks for all the love, and thank you for loving each other. We just have a big YouTube orgy right here, you guys. I jest. See, when I start to like get annoyed by what I'm saying and have like weird vibes, it's time to go. But I do love you guys. Love, heart, vibrashe. Big virtual hugs.